Lech, Lecha. Two simple words that changed the world. Go forth. With those words, Abraham steps out from everything familiar, his land, his birthplace, his father's home, and begins the journey that will make him the first seeker of the invisible God. Every great epic story begins this way, from the classics to modern literature. Frodo leaving the Shire and the comfort of his hobbit hole. Luke Skywalker leaving Tatooine. Harry Potter receiving his letters to Hogwarts. It is what Joseph Campbell called the call to adventure in the hero's journey. But Abraham's story is different. His journey is not a quest for treasure or conquest. It is a spiritual hero's journey. The Midrash teaches, with 10 trials was Abraham our father tested, and he withstood them all, to show how great was his love for God. Unlike the trials of Hercules, which test strength, Abraham's trials test the heart, faith, and his courage. The 10 trials of Abraham were: number 1, leaving his homeland. The test was trust, to walk into the unknown, guided only by faith. Number 2 was the famine in the land. Immediately after arriving in Canaan, famine drives him back to Egypt. Imagine, he has obeyed God and the first result is hunger. It is a test of perseverance. Can faith survive disappointment? Number 3, when Sarah was taken by Pharaoh in Egypt, he took her to the palace, and Abraham faces helplessness, fear, and the loss of the one person he loves the most. Bereshit Rabbi says that he did not protest against God. He only prayed in silence. Faith is endurance. The 4th test was the War of the Kings. Abraham risks his life to rescue his nephew Lot from captivity. This trial demanded courage and loyalty, doing what is right, though it endangers everything. Abraham here becomes a warrior for justice. Number 5 was the covenant between the pieces. God shows him the future, that his descendants will be enslaved and suffer. This test was accepting that even divine promises come through struggle. Abraham's faith here is a faith that can face pain and still persist. Number 6 was the birth of Ishmael. At Sarah's urging, Abraham has a child with Hagar. Later, tension and jealousy grow in the household. This trial is about family complexity, about doing one's best amid broken expectations. The Pirkei de Rabbi Eliezer says that Abraham loved Ishmael greatly and prayed for him. This was a test of compassion and love. Number 7 was the command of circumcision. At 99 years old, Abraham performs Brit Milah on himself and on his household. This is the trial of devotion to mark the body with a covenant of spirit. Number 8, the expulsion of Hagar and Ishmael. Perhaps one of the most heartbreaking of all. Abraham sends away his son Ishmael. The Torah says that the matter distressed Abraham greatly on account of his son. He learns that faith sometimes means letting go, trusting that God's love will reach those we cannot protect. Number 9 was the Akedat Yitzchak, the binding of Isaac, the ultimate test, to offer up his beloved son, the very promise of his future. Abraham rises early and walks up the mountain uncertain. When God calls out, "Do not lay your hand upon the boy," it becomes clear. God never wanted sacrifices. This is the test of keep walking when we cannot see the end. And number 10 was the burial of Sarah. After all his journeys, Abraham must purchase land to bury his beloved wife. The man who began as a wanderer finally owns a piece of the promised land, not through conquest, but through love and loss. We are the spiritual descendants of Abraham, and our trials echo his. Ours are not wars or building altars. They test us deeply enough, though. It could be a frightening diagnosis or a loved one's illness, the loneliness of moving to a new city or a country, the loss of work, the strain of marriage, the pain of a child's rebellion, the moments when our prayers seem unanswered, the challenge of keeping hope alive in a world that feels dark, the courage to begin again after disappointment or loss. Each is a kind of Lecha moment, a call to keep walking, to keep growing. The Hebrew word for trial, nisayon, share its root with nes, a banner or something lifted up. A nisayon is not meant to crush us. It is meant to raise us up. The Midrash teaches that the Holy Blessed be God tested Abraham not to make him stumble, but to make him stand. Abraham's greatness was not in avoiding suffering, but in finding meaning through it. He did not win his trials, but he was changed by them. Each test deepened his faith and made him more human. So when life feels harsh, when we face our own tests, it does not mean we are unloved. It means that, like Abraham, we are being called to Lech Lecha, to go forth from what is comfortable and to discover our truest selves. Every challenge, every trial is a possibility for transformation with faith that God walks beside us.